Hello and welcome everybody to Dungeon Scrawlers, to Abomination Vaults, and to our little side story that we've got going on here while we have Eric away at Nepal. As promised slash threatened, I am Fable, she, they. I am your dungeon mistress for tonight, and we will be going over some of the story that has been referenced in the campaign that you've run through hitherto. I am a story and a purveyor thereof. I run a LARP. I tell stories. I have a Patreon. Upper exclamation point Fable will get you towards there, where you can see some of the rest of the stories that I tell. If you are here from Idle Champions, you can put exclamation point code in the chat to get your Electrum chest. And to tell us more about that and what she's doing here, I'm going to pass it down to Gabrielle.
Hello, I'm Gabrielle Harboe. Tonight are we telling who we're playing yet? Or is that a secret?
Oh, hold on to that. Hold on there for a second.
Okay, I am playing a character. I am a writer, editor, and literary agent. And you can find more about me and my Patreon where I give writing advice and have a whole Discord community at exclamation point Gabrielle. And I am also here to tell you more about Idle Champions, a game to which I am addicted. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic D&D characters from the novels, the campaigns, and the popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels, your favorite heroes from Baldur's Gate, the kids from a D&D cartoon, Volo, and a whole at least two other characters just dropped today/this week. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam. It's at the Epic Game Store. It's on Google Play, Xbox, PlayStation, iPad, iPhone, Android devices, any random payphone you might be able to find. And yeah, check it out. It's fun. And I will pass this to Kelsey and Gideon.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, part-time artist, full-time cryptid. This is Gideon, who craves only violence. Uh, you can find my art Instagram by doing exclamation mark Kels in the chat. I will be playing a character tonight. I'm not sure if it's that. I think the stream shows who we are on our bottom, but let's leave it up to surprise for now. Pretend you can't read that. I am also here to tell you about Phoenix Dice, one of our awesome sponsors. Phoenix Dice is named for the creature that rises from the ashes because they use all recycled material for their dice. They're always designing and testing multiple types of recycled materials for your enjoyment, raising dice from the ashes and onwards to epic adventures. You can find their dice and accessories at phoenixdice.com. Take it away, Ben.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Williams. I am a video game industry person that loves to come and play in the real world instead of the digital world, except we're in the digital world, so it's all Inception, but it's fun, so I don't care. And like sort of worlds, that you can choose to inhabit, there are realms where most warriors use plastic light weapons, but Norse Foundry specializes in metal dice. You can feel it when you roll them. It feels like you're smashing armor, the monster horde, and it's really just, when I come to real world space instead of gaming digital space, I like having good gear. Norse Foundry offers other cool stuff and accessories, and you can find their store and more about them at norsefoundry.com. And I am also playing a character which maybe is named, maybe not, but that character will be inspired by another character, and we'll see if you recognize them. Take it away, Jen.
Oh gosh. Hello, I'm Jen Brazis. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet. SavageSparrow.com is my awesome website for nerdy apparel and accessories. Patreon.com/Savage Sparrow to follow my artwork and stuff. I think if you do exclamation point savage, you should get my links. The big thing I want to talk about is next Tuesday, I'm relaunching my Starfinder collection on Kickstarter. the title of the collection is Skittering Through the Stars Remixed. The big news to talk about is that one of the biggest things everybody was like, oh my God, I want to get this print, but as a button up. Well, now you can if we are successfully funded. So do please check that out. Back the project, tell all your friends. You can I don't know if we have a link code for it or not, if Eric got to it before he left, but if we don't, you can find it by either searching for Skidding Through the Stars Remixed or by looking up me, Savage Sparrow, as a creator, and you will see it on my creator listings or whatever. But it's going to be awesome. And if you go on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Savage Sparrow, on Tuesday afternoon, I will be doing another launch party stream. It's pretty fun. Usually, as the campaign gets little milestones, we'll have like fun little chat games, and I'll do shots of Malort and stuff, and you get to watch me drink terrible booze and make awful faces as I try to not be super anxious about my Kickstarter. I am also playing a character tonight, and maybe Fable can tell us more about that. See what I did there? That was a cool transition, right?
So, somewhere in Absalom, there is a set away desk of an oft and increasingly less visited office. And inside of one of these desks lies a manuscript. On it it's a stack of papers about yay thick, bound by the spine with twine, beginning to gather dust in a drawer. On top of this, a small note that reads to Cade. Unfortunately, after reaching out to all of the individuals that would be connected to this, the estates of several of the people that you are writing about have thoroughly and utterly rejected the story that you are trying to tell here. Unfortunately, there's no way with the legal battle that we're going to be able to get this published for the amount of, shall we say, fictitious liberties taken. This manuscript is marked all the way through in red, but at the very top of it reads, Rally of the Roseguard. This story never made it to the shelves or was truly printed in Absalom, but we're going to take a peek at what it may have looked like. Wind whips through the swamp. The air is stagnant and smells and reeks of plant rot. It is sticky and holds with it an amount of heat that is pulling off of the ground that only begins to cool as the wind takes it around a large keep. Around this keep raising up out of stone looks like it was made partially out of magic and partially out of an amount of labor, uh, with a with a bay around it, is, to some who've been here, familiar, though not in this state. Above this keep rises a large tower, and over that, a glowing lamp. It shines at this point a dim blue, an unearthly blue, a ghostly blue that your eyes can't quite find the source of, like the light of a flame without the flame itself. Nothing that flickers, nothing that dances. Under most circumstances, this place reeks, just by merit of being on a swamp. But here, now, and recently, that smell is worse. This at the back of your nose and the top of your mouth, you can get an oily scent of rust, blood, and decay. There's a part of your body that knows this. It was written into it long ago and told to avoid it. The scent of death, usually long set, should not be set with the sounds of movement. And yet, there is something living in this place. Though, this, let's call it oversight on nature, blight on the gods themselves, a spit in the face of fate, is being fixed. There is the sound of thundering steps on wood as they move towards a large door. There is the sound of whipping wind that goes from the inside as of the echoing footsteps off of an inner chamber out into and on top of wood, and it breaks back into the sound of wind that starts to hit from the side, water rushing beneath. And Gabrielle, where do we find Otari Ilvashti?
Otari is inquisitive. Otari is wearing leather armor and holds a rapier unsheathed in one hand and a dagger in the other. And looks out at this bridge, this rickety bridge that he's about to cross, and has a bad feeling about this, but is telling himself that it's the feeling of adventure, it's the feeling of the unknown, and that he craves it.
You rush forward and sort of stop yourself short as you push towards the bridge. You can hear your ally still sort of moving ahead, and careful as you are, you take a moment, skidding almost, to look at the construction, making sure that you're not running full force into a trap. This is, after all, the front door, and whoever would leave their front door unguarded is either an idiot, which the person whom you're thinking that you might, maybe, be going after, you don't think that she is. But it seems that she might use this, or something does. It looks like this will hold your weight. Though you might be careful about all of you being on it. This probably won't last. Not 10 years, far from 500.
I put one foot on the bridge and I test the weight of it to see if these wooden planks are old or waterlogged, or if they're going to groan and alert everyone to our presence.
It shifts slightly. You feel it click on the stone on the other side as it settles underneath your weight. But it seems that despite being built in a swamp, this has been made for use, and it's not that old. So this should be able to keep your weight moving across, and you don't see any obvious tells of a trap.
Okay. I'm going to very lightly on my feet cross the bridge while saying softly back to my companions, one at a time in case it doesn't hold. And I'm going to move stealthily forward.
All right. As you move, the wood barely belies your presence. You shove out your weight, sort of sidestepping along gracefully with the like thump, 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 making it up to a door that you are hearing an amount of increased activity behind. There were certainly watch guards in this first area, and they did not survive contact with your team. You're a little worried about how much sound it made. though it was over quite quickly, they shouldn't have had time to react yet. So you are able to make it up to the door. What is your first motion? Do you sit there or wait for your friends?
I listen at the door and wait for my friends to join me. I'm not
All
going to
right.
push that door open when it's one against an unknown number of many.
You put your ear to the door, and speaking of one of your friends, uh, as as sort of steps move and you're told, and you are told one at a time, you see a rickety bridge as the pace goes from a forward charge to a sudden, not quite halt. Kelsey, where do we find Volrajani?
Having come to a stop only because Otari always does this, and it's better to just not argue at this point. Given the go-ahead, Vol rolls one arm back and then goes to rush across it. She's a tall woman, tall and broad, and while some of it is the armor, a lot of it is just her. Uh, Though the blade she carries is ancient, it still gleams with a mirror bright shine as if it was brand new, and she is ready to use it, a grin plastered across her face as she crosses the bridge back, against the wall, waiting to push that door open for the others to join them. Come on, babes, let's wrap this up and be done by lunch.
Well, they can hear you in Absalom.
Good, that's the point. She gives Atari a wink.
Atari sighs.
As you both press against the door, there is a moment where you hear a change on the sound inside. It's hard through the stone. You can definitely hear whatever central chamber this is quite open. There doesn't seem to be a lot of immediate motion. If the both of you could give me a perception, the two of you could give me a perception check real quick.
Sure. Oh, that's a 27.
A 27.
Dang, I got a 21.
We're so
The
perceptive.
dice are behaving today.
I mean,
But for how long?
Phoenix dice, folks, for real.
As you both are standing there, despite the brashness of motion, both of you are seasoned adventurers. There's a moment where you stop, listen, and hear, amidst the rest of the motion, a hard, like wooden-heeled boots walking swiftly across a stone floor. Something muttered in a language that you don't understand, and then the sound of a spell going off. Neither of you are the kind of people who would be able to tell that exactly what kind of magic right out of the gate just by hearing. You don't necessarily know even if the best arcanists could do so, but you hear a spell activated and a of irritation that echoes off of the inside. Speaking of arcanists, on the other side of the bridge, some of the people who have always charged ahead charge ahead for their reasons. But looking up and down, knowing that you have to go one at a time, you're able to see along this river just a little bit over to your east. There's an opening of a bridge that goes to a second building. Just barely able to notice. There looks like there was someone there at some point, a crumpled edge of a heat of armor, before a chill of a sense, a knowledge that magic flits in the air. And Ben, will you tell us what Zarmavdian is doing?
Zarmavdian is walking very slowly, very intentionally, almost gliding across the bridge. And he has a a hood up covering his face, though not as much when they're usually in town. And you can see that though he has sort of like fey elfin features, his skin is an odd green color. And you don't see him speak, but you all hear in your minds as he says, "Necromancers in a swamp, groundbreaking." And he walks up to the door. And as he walks up to you, you see that the air sort of like shimmers around him in these sort of like geometric iridescent reflections that feel protective to you. It's something you've seen before, but it's something that he has up pretty much all the time. And he comes and presses his ear to the door, closes his eyes, and he casts Detect Thoughts.
All right. Let me see. If you could, just for myself and for the people at home, read Detect Thoughts for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So what Detects does is that it allows me to sense the presence of thoughts within 30 feet of myself that belong to creatures that know a language or are telepathic. I cannot sense their thoughts, just that they are present. But if I choose, if I am able to see a creature, I can focus on them and try and dig into their thoughts as a magic action on my next turn.
You certainly, as you get close to the door, you cast the spell and pass beyond the familiar minds of your teammates Atari and Vol, and take a moment to partition. You partition your mind. You keep things in its box and safe, and then you put it beyond and hear immediately, and the thoughts inside of just overwhelming hunger and a leash of obedience on the mind. But the immediate that to in the inside of your brain is steeped in the ideas and the feelings of the animal need to consume.
How many? Because I can sense all creatures within 30 feet of me. So are there more than just the one?
For that one, you are able to tell within 30 feet. You can catch immediately 3.
So I turn to my friend and be like, and with the same hungry thoughts. All 3 of them.
Yes, each of them.
Okay. I turn to Otari and go, "She's got ghouls." At least 3, probably more, but they're close. Ready?
Of course she does. Ready.
Right. As the party moves ahead and prepares near the door, striding across last and making her way, making sure that everybody was able to make it safe there. You can see the telltale. Just looking at them, you can see the telltale roll uh, of coiling animals preparing to strike, and the muscles and bones of your allies. And Jen, can you tell us where Aesopina Menemez is?
So basically, Aesopina had taken kind of an overwatch position, sort of hidden in like one of the trees or something with her bow drawn, like overlooking everybody as they cross the bridge. She is a dark-skinned woman of a medium build, and her she wears like a light ranger's cloak that blends in with the patterns of the forest over very like simple, practical, studded leather armor. Everything about what she's wearing speaks more towards practicality and protection rather than aesthetic. And uh, when she sees that everybody has crossed, she would have given like sort of a signal whistle, listening for Atari's return whistle before starting to cross herself, keeping the bow drawn, of course, because you never know. Uh, and at her waist, she has a like small rag doll sort of tied to it, like a little keepsake given to her for luck by her daughter. It doesn't exactly say anything when she comes up with the rest of the party, but simply takes her spot, providing again that sort of ranged cover for everybody.
All right. As you move forward, the sounds inside have gotten a little bit louder, a little bit more present. And as you pass across Asafina, you can't help but with a just always checking your shoulders, uh, seeing both this space on the space above on the exposed bridge. You're looking up for places where there could be snipers. What would you do if there was somebody trying to break in and you see a lack of anything using this building was made to have things to shoot out of, arrow slits and breaks in it, and you don't see anything pointed at you. And that would be stupid, but it'd be too stupid. And your hackles go up as you cross.
Can I do like a perception check or something to be like, what's
You
going
can,
on?
yeah, you can give me either perception or insight as you move closer to the building here.
I'm gonna do perception because that's what I'm trained in. If it'll let me roll it. Roll the thing. Are you not rolling it?
Oh,
I
the
don't.
first one rolled, I
Oh,
believe.
did? Okay.
It's given
It's
a
not.
second to connect or
Okay.
update on the game log, but it did throw that digital dice, and if it hasn't shown up on yours, that was a 19 on the die, it looked like.
Yeah, it has not shown up anything for me, so I guess cool.
All right. And what do you add to your
uh,
Oh, that's you add the no, yeah, what do you add to perception?
6.
All right. So with a 25 perception, you move up and across. You look, uh, you narrow your eyes at these arrow slits. There comes a point you're sort of tipping your head, trying to see, is there just something invisible? Is there something you're literally not seeing? But there's nothing. No Overwatch here. You would think that means one of two things initially. Either they don't have anything smart enough to shoot arrows, but if this is a necromancer, if you are truly going after a lost Haruvex, a one of the nobles chased out of Absalom for deals with aberrant far forces, blood sacrifice, necromancy. You know skeletons can shoot bows. That's easy. That's simple. That doesn't sit right with you. Nothing's there prepared to keep you out. And I think with that perception, with a 25, you look at this building and realize this is very hard to get out of easily. This is very difficult to get into, and if everyone was using it. But they didn't do anything to keep stuff out. It is equally difficult to leave. There's water on all sides. There's two bridges out of this place. Uh, there's two bridges out of this place to some part, and the other one is out in the open. The water here is a snare.
Yeah. So she's gonna kind of like look around at all of the empty murder holes, the very dubiously, just kind of like her eyes narrowing the more she goes around the panorama, just like, so we're all agreed this is a trap, right?
Oh, was that not obvious?
What's worse that could happen?
It was obvious.
Mhm.
It's a trap, but if you know it's a trap, then it won't trap you, right?
Unless she gets ensnared by her own trap. I just love hubris, especially when they scream at the end.
I'm more concerned with rescuing anyone who might be still alive in there.
Well, that presents the other problem. If we are in need of a hurried exit, that bridge isn't going to hold whoever we're grabbing. Do we have a plan?
At the notion of, do we have a plan? Otari, ear still to the door, you hear the sounds of beginning to gather footsteps.
Yeah.
I think
We don't leave anyone in there left alive.
your gut feeling that's been following you around all morning drops a little further in your stomach as Aesopina shows you a little bit more of the scale of the trap that this place could be. And the timer just started ticking.
Very, very quietly with my fingertips to the door, I say, they're organizing in there.
A slight clarification. Organizing is a part of the word. It sounds like they are gathering right around that door.
So more of a get 'em boys than
Are there more than three
than
creatures
formation.
within 30 feet now?
Yes. I'll say as this clicks over back to Atari's turn, you realize that this has gone from 3 to 5 creatures within 30 feet.
Okay.
They're multiplying.
The time is now.
All right. So with that, Aesopina is going to switch from her longbow to her rapier and cast Shillelagh for dual weapons.
Alrighty.
And Otari will drop down into a sneaking position and say, Vol, if you please, the door.
Vol, already readying her sword, getting ready to bust this open, glances back to the party. Hey, do you guys think Belcorra's hot? And that's what she said before she kicks that door open.
All right. The door then bursts wide open as, say, you are set to a chamber. Now, despite the way that this may look on our map here, the chamber here is, despite being built in a swamp, generally quite pristine. There's tiled flooring, stones on the walls that have been partially erected with magic, and then others that have been set and in place. And as you push in, you see that there are several ghouls moving swiftly. You all have been doing this long enough to know what ghouls look like and know of their dangers. They are these sallow-skinned, beginning to turn blue, flesh beginning to pull from parts of their body. You can watch as the muscles move underneath the skin, and initially they crept almost like they were moving in slow motion, heads locked on the door. And the moment it uh, kicks open, you see that they go, some of them dropping to all fours and moving swiftly towards you, but you see standing in the middle, in the back, is a woman. She is blonde around, she has long sort of curling blonde hair and is wearing it's hard to tell from here whether it's sort of purple or burgundy, sort of robe with a high collar. She has her lips painted a bright red, and her you can see her glittering eyes from here. She has a necklace with some blood red gems hanging from it and from her ears, and a little bit lower, less looking like the rest of it, seems to be an abnormally small skull, odd in proportions, that is covered in moss, and the eyes of it are glowing. This is certainly a Haruvex. If in this immediate moment, anyone who would like to can give me a history check. Your DC is going to be 18.
Yes, please.
So that's a nat 20.
Look at you.
That would be a total of 27.
I think.
I got
Or was that
16.
someone else's roll?
No, that was yours. That was a nat 20 roll.
Okay.
All right. So for Asaphina and Otari, that reads mage. That certainly reads mage, and it does look. It carries a couple of things that you would expect from a uh, Haruvex. The briefing that you got and the things that you may even remember from the Haruvex, from their excision from Absalom, that they were nobles. And she certainly carries herself like a noble, but across the room, you can feel the balefulness of of her gaze. You can almost see behind her eyes an odd light as she looks at you. Uh, for uh, for Zarmavdian and Vol, you both recognize this, and for two quite different reasons, as the prodigal daughter of the Haruvex. This is Belcorra. Many of the ones that had been pushed out of Absalom were told, or gave up while being interrogated, that the prodigal daughter yet lives. You've already lost, so long as she still walks this earth, and even after. Told to be perhaps more powerful than the rest of them, and if that's true, the Haravexes were no pushover. They had to be pushed out by the authorities of Absalom, and even then, not all of them were hunted down. Most of them just exiled, made too unsafe to live there. This, quite attractive, but definitely, certainly, and unabashedly evil woman stands at the other end of a hall, in tall boots made for striding through the swamps, but still well set for it. Even yet has a slight heel to it, impractical for where she is. But you can tell from here that the way that she presents as a noble, as the last of her family that she cares to state, matters to her. Despite all the moss and the gunk, everything underneath it is pristine. And there is a singular hatred in her face, despite the calm to it. As you enter, she simply perks up her eyebrows. Oh, and here I thought that there would be, the dust would be left in the mudroom. Excuse me, handle them, please. Otari, it is your turn.
I don't like her attitude.
Me neither. That said, Vol does cackle and call back to the party. Oh yeah, she's hot.
I think that does that mossy skull look like it's attached, or is it like a necklace?
It looks like it's hanging by an odd rope.
Okay.
From this distance, it's a little bit difficult to tell, but the first thing that you can clock from it is that despite it being further away, um, despite being further away, it is not as well kept as the rest of it. For something that is touching her skin, that seems particular.
Interesting. I'm going to whip a dagger at the ghoul right in front of us and try to hit it in the eye. So that's 25 to hit.
All right, a 25 certainly hits the school as it thunders on all fours at you, just
Yeah.
and it turning its head 90 degrees and opening its mouth, giving you a perfect little bullseye as it runs.
We're gonna try to not let it get that far. And that's 7 damage.
Right, 7 points of damage. You whip and watch this knife bury in its mouth. It chomps down on it as something enters its mouth and blood spurts. It's still moving at you.
Okay. Has it gotten into range yet?
It is are you aiming at that one right up close to you?
Yes.
So when you engage, that's where it is. So it
Mhm.
is 10 feet from you.
Okay. I will move up 5 feet, close the distance, and try to take its head off with my rapier.
All right.
And that is 15 plus 7. So 22 to hit.
Certainly hits.
These higher level characters are very nice, I have to say. And that's 1d8 plus 4. So that's 10 points.
All right. This thing rushes up at you. You throw a dagger in its mouth to close it as it runs, and as it closes in, you step forward and give a swift thrust with your rapier, going in the chest and out of the side. It goes from perfectly fine as a ghoul can be, to quite nearly dead, certainly bloodied.
Okay. So that was my action and my nick bonus. And now I will take my bonus action to try to swipe it again.
Go for it.
So that's a 15 to hit.
Hits.
Great. And that's 7 points.
All right. And that last one is with your rapier as well?
Yes.
So this ghoul rushes up. You you throw a knife at it to close its mouth as it moves, and then once it gets right up to you, you give a swift thrust across the chest and turn the blade backwards into the neck, and its body skids on the door right in front of Vol. It is dead.
I glare at Belcorra as if to say, your minions are no match for us. But
She
I'm not going to
seems
say that out loud because Otari is not the type to tempt fate that way.
she seems unfazed. You still have more movement. Do you want to go deeper or do you want to stay where you are?
I will stay where I am near the rest of the party.
All right. Then next up on initiative 21 is Vol.
Actually, I take that back. I'm going to move just right here.
Alrighty. You move a little bit ahead, give some space for your friends to enter. Vol,
Exactly.
a body skates into the ground right in front of you, leaving a bloody streak on the floor. Oh, it's go time.
Oh yeah, absolutely not the type to care about possibly jinxing things. She says, "Dang, save some for the rest of us." And let's see if I'm reading my character sheet right. Sorry. Uh, different character layout. So I get 2 attacks per action. Is that right?
You should.
Okay. Um, she draws a small hand axe first to throw at ghoul number B. Number B. Oh my God. Uh, the one that was right behind ghoul number A first.
Mhm.
And let's see. Aiming to get a hit in for it. Let's see if that hits. Huh. What did I say about the dice whiffing as soon as combat starts? That's a 10.
All right. As this first axe, you huck it out of your belt and throw it over at this ghoul that's come out of a door. And you watch as there's a slight flash in its eyes. Uh, uh, you see there's a slight flash in its eyes, and its head cracks 90 degrees down, and the hand axe hits and scatters off of the wall behind it. Uh, there is an unsettling intelligence to these things.
There's a brief sharp lean back and a curse before she takes up the blade to rush forward to attack this school right here. And
All
let's see.
right.
Get him, Gideon.
This is your last chance, digital dice. I'm switching to Phoenix dice if you don't go well on this one. Hey, there we go. 26.
26 certainly hits. You rush forward, cooperative blade gleaming, as it lifts up to you and so kindly presents its neck.
All right. That is 10 damage, and I believe this also has sap, so when you hit a creature with a longsword, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
All right. You rush up and for all of the brash and bravado, the moment that Vol enters combat, she is a machine. She is a very skilled fighter and goes immediately into perfect form of slashing, uh, clefting it from middle of the chest up towards the shoulder. Uh, it is not bloodied yet. But you get a good hit on it and cause it to stagger off. We will say that blue means that it is affected by that.
Gideon wants to fight too.
All
You can't.
right.
You would be
Get
a
him.
ghoul.
You have moved.
Oh,
You've moved forward, attack twice. Anything else you're doing?
I think that is probably it for my actions. Yeah, good. I'm good.
All right. So you move forward and engage.
I already did my quip.
You have quipped already. Then on initiative 20, a couple of these are going to go. So first, uh, this ghoul will move up to you, Otari, and this one will, wrong button, 5, 10, 15, 20, will move down to start to engage with Vol, and then you also see 30. Two of these start rushing down to hit you, and then one scrabbling end over end, like on all fours, throwing stones out to the side as it moves, turns the corner, with no regard to its physical well-being, just barreling down at you. So one of these is going to take 2 bites at you, Otari. Be a 10 to hit and a 19 to hit.
The 19 will hit.
Alrighty. That is is there any difference between piercing damage and necrotic damage for you?
No.
All right, so in a mixture of piercing damage and necrotic damage, 12 points of damage as you parry off one of these bites, and then the next one clamps and catches your arm, and you feel your muscles writhe and cramp.
Oh, I'm going to use my uncanny dodge reaction and take half of that damage, if I may.
Perfect.
When the ghoul comes up to you, you say, "Not today."
Not today.
Yeah. You manage to turn your hand to just catch that with the bracer as it goes.
Exactly.
And the other one is going to also take 2 of these bites at you, Vol. The first one is an 8, the second is an 18. Do either of those hit? I don't imagine the 8 does.
Sorry.
You're good. I see that you are juggling a baby.
Yes, the 18 absolutely hits.
Okay.
8 does not, 18 does.
All right. You have sort of both of your arms forward. This thing closes in, and you go to guard with it, and it gets a nice. You managed to block one of it. The other one bites you hard on the shoulder for max damage there at 14.
Alrighty. Gross.
Ow. Gross.
Alrighty. And that is all of the things that they can do, and the other one's dead. So next up, you see at the standing up by the top at initiative 19, you see Belcorra sort of tip her head. I was using that. No matter. There's only so many of you, and you'll end up just like the rest of them, though. I guess it has been a minute. And she will crack her knuckles and pull out a wand that looks like it's made out of an odd cancerous bone. And
Gross.
uh,
Still would.
uh,
We're all thinking it.
whip it forwards like, I'll make more, and will send a glowing bead on the tip of the wand.
Counterspell.
Amazing. Tell me what this looks like as a fireball comes sailing in. That's a third level spell. It ends immediately. Tell me what it looks like as this bowl of roiling flame goes whips like it's going in between basically all of you past Vol and enters close to Zarmavdian.
So the bead comes flying at us, and just before it hits, I just go like this, and I just go, and just a little tear in space-time opens, and the bead goes right through, and then seals shut. And I go, "Oh, Karina, you dabble in the shallows, darling. I'll show you how it's done."
You see that she looks tip tips her head slightly. If you stick your nose any higher up at me, you're going to stab your brain. Please feel free. It's been a while since I've get to put a mage in its place. But that is her action. As her bonus action, she is going to command and then move back just a little bit. She doesn't turn her back to you as much as she just very quietly starts walking backwards, and looks like she's doing some mental math uh, of distance or something of the sort. But otherwise, just steps, just steps back, just clear. Uh, Speaking of, then Sarmavdian, it is your turn.
Yep. Thank you. Just doing a little bit of counting. So,
Mage fight, mage fight.
oh yeah.
Count squares,
Hot.
mage fight.
Um, where are you going, darling? I have something to show you. You scourge on reality. It's okay, the doctor's here. And I will just sort of like shoot my arm straight up in the air and then just sort of like pull it down. And a line appears again in space time behind her and widens. And out from it steps a slod that I have summoned. You only dabble with the aberrant, my dear. So I have cast fourth level summon aberrant spirit, and I have summoned a slod, and it goes directly after me, and it is right behind her because I can cast that within 90 feet.
Amazing. What color?
Uh, it's a spiritual slod, so it doesn't actually have an actual color. So I'm going to say that it is transparent and iridescent.
That's fair. The main reason I answered that slot are generally
Yeah,
different based on their
I know, but this
set
one's weird.
variable. Let's see. None of that helps me.
And I will also move up just a tiny. No, actually, no. I'll stay right there for now because I don't want the ghouls to get too close.
All right. Uh, okay, so it just has its information there. Got it. So I'll just pick a random color for that one. Let's set those blue and glowing, so we'll make it. Nope. And it's a medium creature, yes?
Yes.
Okay. That's important, I guess. Then nope. There we go. To me. Here. So this thing behind her, and she sort of like stops a little bit and looks behind. Pretty good. Uh, and turns and sort of turns her wand. You have moved. Action. Any bonus action from you?
Nope, but the slot goes right after me, if
All
I
right,
may.
please do.
The slot is going to multi-attack with claws. Sorry, the does not automatically calculate it for me. Let me just look. Yes, plus my spell attack modifier, which is +8. Great. So that is going to be the first attack is going to be a 23 versus AC.
Right. You see that this thing raises a claw and swings down back behind her. Uh, and as it does, she whips her wand behind. You watch space-time scar in between her and it. Uh, it the Slod's claws are slowed, but still manage to nick her in the back. She has cast shield. Her AC has gone up, but that still lands, I believe.
Okay, and the second attack is 27 versus AC.
Yes, 27 also hits.
Excellent. That means that she will take, that's a D10 in damage. 10, 19. Ooh, yeah, daddy. That is 33 points of slashing damage, and she cannot regain hit points until the start of the spirit's next turn.
You see she sort of stumbles forward.
That's all.
And takes a moment to sort of suck in a breath through her nose, out through her mouth. Death will be too good for you. Yeah. And she opens her mouth to do something. Asaphina, it is your turn.
As she is doing whatever she is going to do, Asaphina is intently studying her, and I'm going to use my bonus action to put a hunter's mark on her.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Because I want to be able to track if something goes awry or weird or whatever. I don't know. Asaphina doesn't trust wizards. So yeah, then she's gonna move forward and I'm gonna bonk someone with Shillelagh. So whatever the nearest ghoul is, if you can move me at it.
Right.
And let me give a good bonkin, because I can't use both of my spells. What the heck?
Fable, the ghoul with the red circle is dead, right?
Yes, the ghoul with the red circle is dead.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
25 does hit the ghoul, yes.
Cool. I do 12 points of force damage. Was it already wounded?
This one, no.
Okay. Then yeah. Okay. Cool.
But that does take it to bloodied.
Excellent. All right, cool. Then basically she's gonna position herself so that way Ben's character, whose name I can't pronounce,
Neither can I. It's okay.
will have some cover.
This is why you have characters that give gratuitous nicknames. Also, if you're bad with names, this is a great quirky in-character way to cover that up.
Zarmy!
Pro tip.
Yeah. So that was move, attack, bonus action. I believe that's all my stuff.
Alrighty.
Unless you want to make a quip.
A Quip is a free action.
I don't feel like she's a quipper.
Yeah, you
Wow.
do you have any feelings about how the shillelagh looks as you cast it?
Oh, yeah. So basically, with the club that she has very much looks like something that was hand carved, perhaps like probably passed down through her family. And when she imbues it with nature's power, it begins to take on something that resembles a living wood and a living collection of vines that it blossoms. And when she smacks it, the ghoul with it, um, there is just that bright green force of nature's fury itself.
So there's a burst of this as the creaking of the wood as new vines grow, and then
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then uh, the there's a moment where like its face turns and whips, and you watch like the points of like flowers almost sort of set underneath, like underneath and on the bone, granting beauty out of this destroyed and decrepit thing. uh as you strike, you hear the sound of thundering footsteps down the halls as, let's see, making sure. Yep. The ghoul at this door, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, is going to move down at Otari. 5, 10. This one is going to move up near Vol, and then you hear sprinting down one further back, moving as whatever command that she cast moves forward. Uh, the only two of those were able to make it close enough in time to attack. Uh, and they will rear back their claws, and one of them is going to swing at Otari for, let's see, that is a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
So you feel as this thing whips back and comes up with its claw on your side, its arm, it biting at your arm hurt. This causes a cramp to creep up the side of your body. I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. Uh, you take, as you take 5 damage, and you feel something pour through your body.
Ooh, that's an 11.
All right, you manage to push it off as uh actually, remind me real quick. What race is Otari?
Atari is a human.
All right. So yes, you feel this sort of creep up your side and up your body, um, and manage to just push it off as it got sort of close to your heart, and you felt it flutter for a second, but you tough through it and managed to keep yourself upright. And you see its the claws go back to a normal color, and only then do you realize kind of backwards they started to glow green right when it hit you. Uh, the other one is going to swing at Vol, but will do so with disadvantage because of sap, which takes a would-be nat 20 to a truthful nat 2 for a total of 6.
The nat 2 to 6 does not hit.
You see that despite this bite on your arm, you go to this one comes back down, but you've staggered it too much, and you just bump it with the cross guard of the companion of the cooperative blade and stagger it backwards.
How many
Uh,
ghouls do you think she has?
All the ghouls.
Enough. unless you want more. And at that, we're going to go on break for a little bit uh, and give our people a chance to meet. And we will see you back here in 10 minutes. Talk to you soon. Welcome back, everybody. As we are in this pitched combat, ghouls bearing down on our heroes as the Roseguard breaks into it just into the front door, literally taking some of it off of the hinges, and are beset by the nightmares of Belcorra Haruvex. We return to Otario Vashti's turn as uh you saw there is now a horrific creature looming behind Belcora. There is a lot of ghouls on you, and now that your ears are hearing sort of like the squeak of footsteps, the clang of metal, and the movement of bodies, your instincts are telling you there's still more. You are hearing more than you are seeing, and in the pitched battle combat, you're trying to tune out the echoes of the room, and it's just too much at once. But right now, you're in a place where you hate to be, backed into a corner and bleeding.
Well, so I'm going to attack this ghoul right here that's surrounded on three sides by me and my allies.
Alrighty.
And we're going to have a sneak attack as a result of that.
You certainly
So
will.
I am looking forward to that. So I will stab up under the chin with the dagger first. And that's a 20 to hit, an unnatural 20.
Certainly strikes.
And so that will be 2 plus 11 is 13, plus 10 is 23.
You see this thing like go and turn. It looks like it's going to lunge at Asafina as she's moved up and struck it with the shillelagh. It opens its mouth, and you're like, oh, perfect. And just step in, and it like step in, key the dagger into the top of its head, turn and pull out, and the body drops like a sack of potatoes.
Perfect. And with my nick, I will use my next attack on the one directly in front of me.
Alrighty.
And so that's 15 to hit
15 hits.
and 4 points of damage.
Alrighty. This one was previously unhurt, so you stab with that, whip over, and strike with the dagger, and it's open a little blood on it.
And for my bonus move, my bonus action, I will disengage
Alrighty.
so that I can move. Well, let's actually move instead of that enormous ping. And I will move into this vacated space from this dead ghoul. I'll just step right on it.
Alrighty. You
Gross.
you are inquisitive. You learn things by watching, and ghouls, they have tricks, but they're very, very easily learned. So you take a moment where you see that they swing and you've dodged. Take a deep breath, dodge once, dodge twice, step back, and they can't recover in time until you are in front of Aesafina and repositioned. And you see as they turn up back towards you, but you are not there anymore.
Indeed. And this gives us room to have flanking on more of them at a time than we previously did.
It certainly does. Next up, Full. So at Sap, if I remember correctly, it's on its next attacker before the start of your next turn. So that is
Yes.
fated on it now.
Yes.
But there is one hurt in front of you and one within reach in front of you. There was one right next to you before Aesafina beamed it over the head and Otari opened it.
All right.
And
Well,
closed it.
brilliant. All right, well, let's see if I make it undergo sap a second time. Vol slashes her blade across the one in front of her again, trying to take it down.
Alrighty.
That is 23 to hit.
Certainly
Nice.
hits. Y'all's dice are hot tonight. I've played this game with you.
Only 9 damage.
Only 9 damage. It is certainly bloodied as you slash across it and leave it pooling and pouring blood from its chest. It is nearly dead, but not just yet.
You know what? She is gonna use her next attack just to see if she can take it down.
Can do.
Getting one more creature off the field seems a little bit smarter than just giving it disadvantage and trying for a second one. So let's see if the second roll is as good. 26 to hit with the second roll.
Certainly.
And that is another 9 damage.
You swipe down, you swipe up at it, open it, swipe down, cleave it in half, and it splits in twain at your feet.
Otari high fives.
Yeah, brings up a hand to high five Otari, spitting out a bit of the gore that got a little too close to her mouth for her liking. And then, in regards to Belcorra's last comment, oh, sweetheart, that wasn't a request.
Otari then moves his hand to Vol's shoulder as if to pat it, but really wiping his hand of the blood that got on him from Vol's hand. Exactly. Old buddy, old pal.
All right. So that is your action. Anything else?
Let's see.
Vorjani is a level 8 fighter. You have truly so much you could do.
What? So, in that sense, GM, I have not played D&D aside from Abomination Vaults in a hot minute, where I've only played a level 3 paladin. What would you suggest?
All right. So you haven't really been hurt at all. Actually, no, you got hit. But so the options here, you have a couple of things. You could either try and be dual wielding weapons, so you have a little bit more to do with your bonus action, but it deals less damage with the cooperative blade if you do that.
Okay.
Though, I will say, if I remember correctly, and I don't immediately, but I can double check, I believe that in Vol's fighting style is dueling. She's technically best when
Yes.
she's just holding one weapon, like in one hand. So you deal a little bit more damage consistently with a smaller die. So all that to say that you deal, I believe, if you are swinging with because a longsword is
It's a versatile weapon, so it can be
Versatile,
either
thank
one or
you.
two-handed.
Yes, because it's versatile. Um, I, honest to God, I was thinking bisexual and could not think of anything else. Um,
Fair.
uh,
I
So
think we should
fair.
rename it to that. I think that's what I'm gonna call it now in my heart.
you can either have a just +6 to damage, or and rolling a d8, or roll a d10 and have +4. So you could either swap it to there and uh, you could also give a little space for your friends to start moving closer into the chamber towards Belcorra. Belcorra is a caster. Casters are really good from a distance, but get way less effective when you get right up next to them.
Otari would strongly
I was
request
about
that
to
you
say,
move right there to be flanking more enemies without putting yourself in the middle right here.
I was actually just about to say, like, oh, like I could go on the other side of the ghoul be right in front there and
Right.
get
And
in
you
more of a flanking position.
and you wouldn't
Yes.
be getting an opportunity attack because you haven't moved out of its range.
Ooh, okay, yeah, let's do that then. Yeah, and I think I have been using Cooperative Blade one-handed then. Let's
Which
see, is there...
the other
Mhm.
side of that is that the we'll say for the purposes of this, double checking. Yeah, no other weapons. So that we'll say for the purposes of this, hey, for the people at home, this might not be how it works in a long-standing campaign, and honestly, it might not be how it should work in a long-standing campaign. But if you have more thrown weapons, because you can put your object interaction literally anywhere, you can attack, object interaction, draw one of your thrown weapons or your offhands, and then use your bonus action offhand attack with that. That means that you're going to be starting with a little bit less, but if you just want more hit per hit, you can do that. You can also just position yourself.
All right, I'm gonna hold that for next round because if I successfully hit someone with my hand axe, then I get a bonus to hit them. Uh, I believe that's what it says. Vex, if you
Uh,
hit a creature with your hand axe and deal damage to it, you have advantage on your next roll against that creature before the end of your next turn.
yes. So the big thing is you could deal less damage overall, but if you hit someone with your longsword and a hand axe dual wielding, it has disadvantage against you and you have advantage against it. So that's sort of the fighter math that you can do here fighting Wildcat.
Okay. Um, all right, yeah, draw the hand axe for the next turn then. Let's dual wield. See how that goes.
You're plotting devilish things in her mind for us.
Clearly.
Right. Yeah, I'm just getting everything down there. Amazing. All right, so you whip that out. You have a hand axe and blade. Next, at initiative 20, we have the ghoul right next to Vol and the ghoul right next to Otari. So they're going to both give an attack on you. Both of them are going to use their bite. For the one on Vol, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right, so I need you to make me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw and take 5 damage.
All right, I rolled a 22, so
Nice.
Yeah, you feel yourself kind of cramp and then not nothing. On Otari, that is a natural 20. As you move to reposition yourself to flank with the one between you and Vol, and you feel a claw thunk into your ribs. Give me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
I hope that I do. Yes, that's a 12.
All right. That one hurts a lot more. You take 8 points of piercing damage, and this time know to focus yourself against that pain, seeing the sort of glint of green outside the corner of your eye.
Yuck. Okay.
All right. So they both made their sort of swings on you there, and you hear across the room, fine, just wear them down. You don't need to be trying to stop them in their tracks. They can't move when they're dead. Just hit them. And you watch when she speaks, these ghouls go,
Oh.
And all simultaneously, no matter what position they're in.
I thought she was giving advice to us. Just hit them and wear them down.
I mean, one, spooky, two, not to be pedantic hot stuff, but these things are literally dead and moving.
Fair. Good point.
Oh, yes, you're going to be corpses. Then you will be of use to me. Right
Ew.
now, you're impediments. Later, you're going to be playthings.
The slot
Ew.
behind her roars in response.
Oh, shut it. I'll deal with you. And she will, as it is now her turn,
Yeah.
turn backwards towards the slod that has swung up on her, and she will she'll take a moment to tip her head at the thing, and no, you've seen the things beyond the stars. That will be nothing for you. And she puts her fingertips together, and mutters something in a language that makes your ears just itch on the inside.
Not hot,
Like,
not hot, not hot.
And as she sort of presses her fingertips together, she pushes them through each other, and you watch as the flesh disintegrates until there are just bones sheathed in green energy. That's better.
Wow.
And she's going to take 2 swings into this thing's chest.
Okay.
And let's see. That is a natural 20 for 29 on the first one.
Again.
And then 24 for the second.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Both hit.
I need to collect some things.
Our coffins. A kitten.
And I dropped all my dice. That's fine.
Well, it's okay because the summoned creature is doing its job by
If she's
taking up
attacking
her
it, she's
action.
not attacking us.
Exactly. I'm not mad.
We
I
can
just hope
pretend to
it's-
be mad just to make her feel like she's doing what she's
I just
supposed
hope
to
it
be doing.
survives it because it's too far away for me to like protect it with my ward. but it's not. But it was a crit, so probably not.
How many of those do you got, buddy?
No, more than
You
one.
got
Less
you
than
got
3.
you got another one of those ready to go, right, Mav?
Oh, I don't like it when the DM has to do this much math. That's not.
31 points of damage.
Okay.
So that's the first one.
Oh, that's just not cool.
The first
Oh,
one.
no. 35. I didn't add the modifier.
Okay, it's still up.
Didn't carry the one.
Okay. 12. 15.
I swear I
That's
just
how
heard
much
Phil
damage
say
you're doing.
plus 50.
So that is 22 for the second strike.
Yeah, it had 40 hit points. So it sort of just, you see it was already sort of transparent and spirit-like, and you see it sort of like break apart at the edges and just sort of like into a singularity.
You see that it collapses, and she takes those hands and holds the edge of the portal that's collapsing. No, you're going to my mistress. And grabs it and yanks it, and the portal turns green and then collapses.
Mav, is she supposed to be able to do that?
Anyone who wants to can give me either an Arcana or a Religion check.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure, why not?
Why not?
22.
Natural 20.
Dang.
I got a 10.
Now I get
That
enough
was
money.
spooky.
All right, so real quick, Asaphina, what did you roll and what was the number?
Let me see. I rolled a 16 and the total was 22.
for a religion
Alrighty.
check.
Yeah, religion, sorry.
Yeah, so Religion 22. The first thing that you realize, you put some things together immediately. Mossy skull around her neck, Haruvex. She worships the empty death, an aberration from beyond the stars, a devourer of souls, and seemingly whatever she just did sent the slod instead of back to whatever spirit plane it was going to her mistress.
Yeah, so Aesfina basically like kind of like almost like snarls and just that like facing actual heresy kind of thing.
Yeah, so you see a just direct corruption of the order, a well of power and Otari on a natural 20 religion. She just decided where a soul went. Oh no. She can decide where souls go.
This
That
is
was not on the table before.
not good. All right, maybe we aren't outclassing her after all, is what Otari is beginning to realize. Not that he's giving up, but recalibrating some expectations here.
For Zarmavdian, the immediate response with a 16 Arcana was, that's not how that is supposed to work. A rule got bent there for that to happen.
Like a law of the universe type rule.
Something is supposed to snap back to where it goes, and she bent a rule, or something bent a rule at her behest. I will say that you do know off of that to do whatever she just did, the thing on her hands isn't going away. And I think all of you realize she gave something up to have that now. As confident as she is, she just made a sacrifice of her own flesh. And now her arms smoke with this odd glowing green light, but the bones of her fingers are claws, and she adjusts her hair, takes her wand back out, now skeletal. All right, take two. Um, but that is all that she can do on her turn. Save for move, and she is now going to start closing distance with you all.
Vol with the 10 religion check goes, that's spooky, but we definitely still got this.
Yeah. With the 10 religion, it's like, I'll use it. I was like, yeah, 10 religion internally, that was fucked.
Yep.
Her skin disappeared to something.
Gross. Anyway.
After that is Zarmaptian. It is your go.
Yeah. So seeing this rule-breaking shenanigans, he'll just go, I don't like it. And he is watching her as she's coming forward, and I would like to know if he can either sense or observe, is she human or is she undead?
First of all, welcome Raiders, and from Bards of New York, and that's incredible.
Ooh.
I'm a big fan of you guys. Thank you very much.
Welcome. There's a weird lady
Yeah.
with bone hands running at us. What could go wrong?
This means Ben gets advantage, though, on his next roll, right?
That is correct. So,
Careful,
with
careful.
that,
well, no. I don't want advantage on this roll. I want advantage on an attacker roll. I'm just trying to find out. But anyway, I'm just trying to discern, is she undead? Because if she is, it changes what I'm going to do.
Yeah, give me this probably feels weird for you. Give me a religion check as you
Well, it just so happens that I come from a place where undead, really mean ladies are in charge, and
That is
they
correct.
force us to worship her. And with my 17 plus my 8 for religion, because of that, I got a 25.
Is she undead? Yes. Zarmaptian, knowing from seeing the cult of Lakith, as of the Githyanki, and seeing all of the changes that have taken over it, and knowing what it looks like when something appears lively but is full of death, you see from the way that you view magic, I think the best way would be saying you are seeing a fraying on the edges. That was a sacrifice. Up to about her elbow is uh undead, but there is still a very like the rest of her is still very human. But you realize in the moment that that is not an assurance anymore. Whatever faith that she has, whatever ability she's got, she is able to she is giving parts of herself away for more creation, for more power.
Got it.
So but the rest of her currently very still human. And I think you clock a lot of that by seeing the eyes and the skull hanging from this odd rope around her neck go and just start smoking in the socket.
So what Zarmaptian does is he moves up just a little bit, and psychically now, not for the benefit of the room, he speaks directly into her mind and says, your lineage is a blight on reality, but you're still alive. And I know what to do about that. I throw my arms wide, and as I do so, like again, multiple tears in reality open around me, and just pure energy of the astral plane wraps itself around my body, filling me with vitality, and winds its way around my arm until it becomes what looks like a javelin. And I throw that javelin at her. And that is going to be 26 versus her AC.
Amazing. So she tips her head as you start casting the spell. She got a 19 on an Arcana check. What spell are you casting right now?
I am casting a reflavored version of Selune's Viper.
All right. Yes, she takes a moment. I'm going to take a super quick check on that one specifically, as you see her focus and you see a very familiar look in her eyes, the someone who looks and digs at the mysteries of the world, and tries to find the edges of it. And as she sort of looks and clocks what the spell is, you see her hand had sort of tensed, relaxes. That certainly hits her, and you realize she lets it.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay. Well, the first thing that happens is that when it hits her, it does. Sorry, making sure the thing. Yep. She takes 6 force damage, which
Right?
doesn't seem like that much.
It
But inside that javelin of pure astral energy is the will of the universe to scour anything aberrant from the world. And that infuses itself into her veins, finding her aberrant sorceress lineage and burning it away. And if she is susceptible to it, she has the poisoned condition and there's no save for it.
right. You see that it goes through her, and she use something strong. And you watch as the sort of green energy around her bones set like shakes for a moment. What did you do?
Along with the poisoned condition, she is incapacitated until the beginning of my next turn. And I tell her, I have done my duty. I cut away the blight that is the aberrant realm. Anywhere I find it. That's the end of my turn.
You see her beginning to shudder and shake, and you watch as in response, the eyes in that skull begin to glow brighter.
Uh-oh.
She is moving her mouth and can't put her thoughts together because she's incapacitated. But you watch a once gorgeous face begin to twist into something wrought with hatred, turn red at the nose and cheeks. The eyes go blood-stained as she looks through all the conflict, through all the fights, does not break eye contact with Zarmavdian.
No,
And
that wasn't a question.
you watch somebody who has been patient for her whole life look at you and wait. Asaphina, if there was ever an opening, it's now. It is your turn.
So basically, let's see.
Sorry, Fable, one note. The
Mhm.
incapacitated condition breaks concentration on any spell she might have been concentrating on.
Works. Yeah. She didn't have anything up at the moment, but good to know.
Oh, wasn't sure.
So, does being incapacitated reduce their saves?
It just means that they can't take actions until the condition ends.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that happen with the incapacitated condition. So you cannot take an action, bonus action, or reaction. Your concentration is broken. You cannot speak. And if you were if you had if you were incapacitated when initiative started, you have disadvantage on the roll per the 2024 rules.
Cool. Okay. Because I'm trying to decide if I want how I want to channel my divinity right now. Let's see.
You don't have turn undead, do you?
Yeah, I do, which is what I was gonna do. Yeah, so basically, in this moment, seizing the opening, Asaphina is going to drop the rapier, sort of stride forward to make sure as many ghouls are within 30 feet of her as possible, and stare Belcorra directly in the eyes and say, my name is Asaphina Mahenmes. This land is my home. And by the Elk Father, you are not welcome here. And she's going to hold up her holy symbol and turn undead. So everything that's undead needs to make a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Within what range of you?
30
Yeah,
feet.
may.
So basically, I said if I can be moved forward to get as many within that radius as I can, that would be great.
Okay. Then I will say you can do that. You will take an attack of opportunity. Actually, you'll take two to do that as effectively as possible. Because you'll have to move out of the engagement range of one into the engagement range of another, and then out of its engagement range.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so first we're gonna have them take some quick swings on you. All right. First one is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And the other one is just a 9 to hit.
That will not.
Okay, and I need you to make one DC 10 Constitution saving throws as these ghouls desperately swing out to try and slash at you. And
failed.
give me a second, and I will say that there is a reason that you are not in this moment sure of. You have advantage on this roll.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, 21!
You feel a slash go across your back as you gather up and start moving, and you feel your back lock up, and your legs go numb, and you can't feel as you start walking, and you start tipping forward, like you can feel the feeling of leaving the tips of your toes and crawling up your legs and up your back. You can feel yourself beginning to seize, and then you see the brooch in your hand, and it glints for a second like an arrow in the moonlight. And then actually, correct me. Did you do that before or after? Because you're trying to catch as many as possible, right?
Yes.
All right, including her or no?
I mean, if possible, yeah.
Okay. So you, as you are moving, yeah, you feel that, you feel it glint like an arrow in moonlight, and you feel a surge of warmth from your fingertips to your heel, and you are moving, your body is moving before you are fully cognizant of it. Uh, and while you still take the damage of
Mhm.
just 5 points of damage,
Okay.
uh, you move 5, 10, 15. You dodge deftly another 20, 25, 30, until you can hit as many as you can see and her, and raise up your brooch and uh, light ripples out. And I'm gonna make a lot of saves really quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make more saves than you can see really quick.
Oh,
Uh,
All the
okay.
dice.
So to put this, I'm going to put this a little bit in front of the table here. What is your spell save DC here?
Um, let's see. They need to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so each of the ghouls need a 14 on the die. Uh, so I'm gonna do I'm just a few of those.
Just a
Uh,
couple.
Yeah.
one save, two fails.
It was Gideon. Gideon gave the advantage.
No.
Okay.
He's a good little guy.
It is. If anyone wants to see him at 8 weeks, he will also be present at our next stream next Wednesday.
okay.
And yeah, she's just basically, while this is happening, going to like keep going with just like, you may think that you can break us, but our roots grow far stronger and far deeper than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
You see as the light washes over them, there is a moment where many of these ghouls, you see a look in their eyes, the wide-eyed look of a deer hearing a twig crack, and despite their empty minds, there is a primal fear to them. You don't know how many you hit, but you know it was more than you see, as of several saves, two succeed.
Hell
Uh,
yeah, Ace!
And you see that many of these ghouls turn to start scrambling end over end. And actually, at the so you have moved forward. You've moved forward 25 feet. You've used that to catch as many as you could see. Um, are you doing anything with your bonus action?
Let's see. I guess if I can whip one of them with my shillelagh, that would be cool.
Do you want to have so the bonus action is to cast Shillelagh, not to
No, because I had it up. It was the rapier that I dropped.
right. Let me see. I think
Yeah, for the it lasts a minute, and for the duration, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of strength.
yes. So that is still so while utilizing your spellcasting ability, that is still using the action to swing that item.
Okay, so I can't
So
do
so
an attack with a bonus thing?
correct. You can attack
Okay,
with a
cool.
bonus action with it, but the bonus action imbues it.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha. Then I guess that's all I will do, because
all
I
right.
can't really do anything else.
All right. So this becomes a little important as at the end of your turn, That goes to a couple of these ghouls. Some of the one that you saw running this way in the corner immediately begins bolting back out of your begins bolting back out of your viewpoint. You can't see it anymore. For the one between Vol and Otari, uh, it uh, it turns away from Vol. Vol, it exits your space if you would like to take an attack of opportunity with your reaction.
Yes. Is that just a standard attack for me?
Yes, it is a single standard attack.
That is a 22.
Um, Actually, let me, before we make this decision,
Okay.
I need to double check exactly how a thing works. Ba-ba-ba, just because. Okay, so you have been a part of a team together. So before I say
Mhm.
that, I'll say that you know that as this creature flees, you see an opening. If you hit it, it's not turned anymore. This moment of fear will be overcome by striking it. So you can
Okay.
take it if you want to hit it, or you can let it run. That will be a ghoul in the woods, but it's not a ghoul you're fighting now.
You see Vol raise her blade for a moment, and 2, 3 years ago, or back when you all first joined up, she would have just gone for it. But there is that hesitation instead, and she focuses instead on Belcorra, opting to let the ghoul make a run for it and focus on the bigger problem.
Right? It bodily moves through Otari into Zermavtian space, or either of you choosing to hit it.
Nope.
Right? It runs. You see the ghoul sort of one of these ghouls in the corner like hits, and you see like the wide eye, and then you see its eyes green, and it doesn't move. Uh, and it takes a calm the rest of them haven't yet. But
Okay.
most of the rest of them that you're seeing are scattering that's right here. And as it looks, Belcorra uh, seems to be open as there is a direct path towards the Lady of the Light, currently incapacitated, hunter's mark upon her, and unable to speak, unable to really move. Her eyes glow with hatred, and the eyes in the skull glow in turn. And that's where we're going to put an end to tonight's session.
Ooh.
So up at the top of the initiative order, thank you very much for joining us. For all of you who have stuck around from Bars of New York, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed your stay. We play the second half of this game is going to be happening next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Central. And I have been Fable, she, they. I am your dungeon mistress. If you like my storytelling or anything of the sort, feel free to click exclamation point Fable. That's my Patreon, where I do a serial whenever I can get to it. Joining the Patreon, the serial itself is free. Joining the Patreon gets you further context to it and access to my Discord, where we talk a little bit more. Uh, and every one of these times, I like to give a little bit of a storytelling advice here. This one is close to ones that I've given before, but now it has a fun, different context. What is a person when their back is to the wall? It's a great thing to show from a hero because you get to walk through these moments of strength and of weakness and being able to actually say, this is their mettle having been tested. I think it's important to show villains too. A villain's great when it's scary and when they're powerful. It's better when a villain's scary and weak. Desperate is dangerous. And with that, I will pass it on to Gabrielle.
Well, you're an act to follow. I've been Gabrielle Harboe playing Otari the Rogue, and it has been a pleasure. I can be found at gabrielleharboe.com or at my Patreon, which you can access with !Gabrielle. Joining for free gets you access to a lot of free content, but subscribing gets you even more, including at $25, there's a one-on-one monthly session with the literary agent. So if you're a person for whom that would be valuable, come on along. And with that, I will pass it to Kelsey and Gideon.
I've been Kelsey. You can find my art online at Antique Cipher on Instagram, or just do !Kels, Kels in the chat, and that should give you a link. This has been Gideon, 7 weeks old and full of violence. If you would like to see him at 8 weeks old and probably still full of violence, tune in next time. Take it away, Ben.
Oh, biting kitten of doom. I love it. Hello, I'm Benjamin Williams. I have been your Abjuration Wizard Zarmavdian, and this is my first time playing Abjuration, and I've been sleeping on this subclass. My goodness, I'm into it. Ezra might get respect in between seasons. I don't know. But yes, thank you so much. It is a delight and a joy, and please support all of my beautiful friends. Take it away, Jen.
Hello, I'm Jen. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet. And tonight I was Aesfina, the druid cleric of Aristil. Was cool, or sorry, not druid, ranger cleric of Aristil. It was really cool getting to present ranger and then bam, cleric. So yeah, you can find me on the internet. SavageSparrow.com is my awesome website for nerdy apparel and accessories. Patreon.com/SavageSparrow for viewing my awesome artwork. !Savage will get you those things. But more importantly, next Tuesday, I'm going to be launching my Kickstarter for the Starfinder 2 collection that we tried to get done last time. This time, it's going to be more awesome. I have our pattern on a fabulous button up. And I have the my really incredible model for it was a person named Volk, who is non-binary. So what was delightful was getting to shoot photos across a spectrum of gender. So I love that for everybody and the collection. I'm going to be posting more photos and stuff as time goes on. You can do !Skitter to get a link to it. Hit that notify me on launch button so that way you don't miss out. And yeah, take us home, Fable.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I want to give a shout out and thanks to JL Collins for doing the invisible tech for this video. I want to give a thanks to Eric Scott DeB, who is currently out in Nepal, helping folks with his wife, for doing the rest of the Abomination Vaults up to this point. And I want to thank the Dungeon Scholars for the opportunity to tell the story. And join us next week for the doomed fight of the Roseguard and Belcorra Haruvex. But until then, stay scrawly.